it's the Bougie Show, the Bougie Show. Tell them it's the Bougie Show, the Bougie Show. Yeah, 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 yeah. Turn up, turn up.
We're going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Bougie Show. My guest in front of me is a slim cutie that takes hard objects up the booty. She's stylish all around and known to get down. Ladies and gentlemen, slim girl lovers, we got a certified freak under the covers, the one and only Sidra Stage is in the building. Now you understand why you had to wear the headphones?
I do. Well, hello.
Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us. You look great. I love your whole style. I like the hair. I like how you do it.
Yeah, I changed my style.
Yeah,
a
you
lot,
look. You're the first person to come on here looking the way you look right now.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, so
I always like to be.
That's cool.
Unique.
That's real cool. Well, welcome to the Bougie Show. Sidra Stage joining us on the show today. All right, so let's get right to it. You came from a middle class lifestyle.
Yeah.
Ballet dancer. Mm-hmm. College. Then the pandemic hit. Now you're into adult films. Can you inform the world on how you got into adult films?
Well, yeah. So it's kind of, like everything else I feel like I've done in my life, I kind of just like ran into it. I think it was never something I had thought of doing, like sex work. It was just never like an option for me. And then like COVID hit, and I was like, oh, the world's over. It's like this post-apocalyptic mindset.
Okay.
I somehow randomly discovered camming, like Chatterbait.
Uh-huh.
And was like, damn, this is interesting. Like, just for me, like, I never really watched. I watched a little bit of porn before I got into it, and like, didn't really like know much about camming or anything. So it was like kind of just like during COVID, the first like few months of COVID, it was just like this like exploration of like me discovering these things that I didn't really know existed or thought much of. And then it was just kind of like a couple months into camming, randomly got an offer to shoot a porn scene and just kind of was like, oh, that sounds fun.
Randomly?
Well, yeah, I had a friend in town. I was living in Portland at the time when I started camming, and I had done a lot of modeling back in the day, but I'd never done like boudoir or nude. And so I had a friend that had a camera, and she was like kind of just starting like taking photos and stuff. So I was like, hey, like, you take some boudoir photos of me, and we kind of ended up, me being who I am, it ended up just being like this weird DP shoot, because of course like my first nude shoot can't just be like normal. I have to like go all the way.
Your first shoot was DP?
Well, this was just like a photo shoot.
Okay.
But anyway.
What's a DP photo shoot? Please.
I was just DPing myself with like dildos and
okay,
stuff,
so one in the vagina and one in the booty.
Yeah,
okay,
I was like, all right, well, I've never taken nude photos, so might as well just go all the way.
You were comfortable?
Yes, I was. And yeah, I think some lady actually reached out to her and was like, oh, she's really cute. Like, would she want to come out to Vegas and blah, 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 blah. And just kind of the offer, like it was something I never thought about until the offer was given to me. And I was like, oh, that kind of sounds fun, coming from a dance background, being able to perform on camera. And then just kind of just jumped 2 feet in and just started shooting films like right away.
Your first shoot was in Las Vegas?
No, so my first shoot actually ended up being in Arizona for the Backroom Casting Couch. So I did
Black Casting Couch?
Backroom Casting Couch.
Okay.
So that was like kind of my very first shoot that I got when I first got an agent, and like it went really well.
Boy, girl?
It was boy, girl, anal shoot.
Oh, you came in anal out the gate.
Came in anal, yeah, straight out. And then, I was kind of just like the next month after that, I came out to Vegas and LA and just shot like 20 films. And like, then that was when I was doing like random DPs and all of this crazy stuff that I just didn't even know really like.
Random, okay, what's a random DP?
Random DP, no, or rather just, I didn't know that girls didn't just kind of like jump in balls deep as soon as they did it. Like most girls were like, wow, I still haven't done a DP yet. And I was like, really? That was my second shoot. Huh.
So now you can't get away from that. Because now I had somebody tell me that once you start doing anal, that's all they want to see you do now.
I guess kind of, but that's like, everyone gets into porn for their own reasons. Like I kind of got into it, like I'm a hardcore performer, obviously, like if you've seen most of my work. So like I got into porn because it was like a fun way to do like a bunch of crazy sex acts, like on, in like a safe environment. So I think for me, like out the get-go, like I was kind of always trying to like push that boundary instead of, hold things back.
So you got it. You're about being a performer. So you're not a freak like that, is what you're telling me. You're more about the performance side of it than just the pleasure of sex.
I mean, I definitely am a freak.
You are a freak.
we got a bona fide freak in the building.
But yeah, I mean, like it's not. I guess now that I'm like more in the sex industry, I know now. But I would have never like found guys to do my own gangbang. But really easy to find when you shoot porn.
You have done gangbangs?
I have done a couple of gangbangs.
Okay. How many? What's the most men you've done?
I think I had like 8 or 9.
Jesus. We're going to applaud you. All right. And you're the only girl?
I was the only girl.
Okay. Because I have not watched your films because I tried not to watch your films before I interviewed the person. Maybe I'll watch it after, now that I've met you. But then it's harder for me to watch it after I've interviewed you and looking at you that way. But so 8 to 9, how are you entertaining everybody?
Well, it's not about me entertaining them.
Okay, so
they kind of just step in whenever they're ready.
Okay.
For that one where it was a lot of guys, there was like a fluffer on set.
What's a fluffer? Please elaborate.
So there was like a girl that like she wasn't there to be shot like on film,
Okay.
but she was like for the guys because there's only so many guys that I can have around me at once. So inevitably there's gonna be other dudes that are like off to the side. So
they're
like,
getting
she's
their
there
freak
and
on.
making sure that like they stay nice and hard.
So their
yeah.
erection is ready to come back in when it's time for them to shoot.
Yeah.
Wow, that's exciting. We can applaud that. And where did you do this shoot at?
This was in Texas.
Texas.
Dallas. So it's from
Wow.
Texas, Bukkake.
I mean, we haven't even gotten to the questions. We just started rolling into the conversating. You are really pretty. I love your tea. Everything you have. You're a nice. Yeah. I have to give you your props.
Thank you.
Yes. Sidra Sage is joining us on the Bougie Show. All right, let's get into the interview. Well, you already talked about so much about the scene. I guess because I was gonna say, what was your thoughts leaving after your first shoot? Like after you done it, and you said, "All right, I'm officially an adult film star." What was running through your head after you left the location?
I don't know. It kind of reminded me of like when I lost my virginity. Like everyone like tells you so many things of like how it's gonna be, and for me, like it was just like, oh, that was cool. I guess I'll do that again.
Okay.
Nothing super emotional.
Okay. How old were you when you lost your virginity?
I was 16.
Oh, okay. 16's the number these days. All right. And the guy that you performed with, is he still in the industry when you did your first scene?
I think, yeah. He wasn't really like he went by a different name for that shoot, and so like I didn't actually like find out who he was, but I think he might still be working in the industry. Yeah.
All right. Does your family know what you do for a living?
Most of them.
Did you inform them, or they had to find out the hard way?
A lot of them kind of found out in different hard ways. Kind of.
You know what I mean by the hard way?
The hard way.
Like it being slapped in front of them.
No one like saw, like at least not that I know of, like no one in my family like found out through like finding one of my videos. Like I think half of it was like me not being on top. Like I accidentally sent like my sister-in-law like a gift.
Okay.
But I didn't realize it was from my Sidra Sage Amazon account. And she was like, wow, I'm really glad I didn't ask on Facebook who Sidra Sage was. I'm glad I like put 2 and 2 together. I was like, thank you.
What the hell did you send her?
I just like I sent her like it was like a gift, but it came that it was like instead of my personal name because I accidentally sent it from that Amazon account, and so she was trying to figure out who Sidra Sage is. She's like, man, I was about to write a Facebook status and ask everyone who this bitch Sidra Sage is.
So how did she find out?
I can't remember. I think
Googled?
she like Googled it, and she was like, hey, you sent me a gift.
And this is your sister-in-law?
Yeah.
And how do you talk with her about the industry now?
Yeah, but she was actually like she was really cool about it.
So your siblings know about it also?
Yeah, my siblings know about it.
And what do you talk to your brother about?
We don't talk to anything. Like, if anything, like, he's kind of a gamer, so he's like, I want nothing to do with any of that,
Okay.
but, like, if you ever want to let me use you for clout, let me know.
That's what he tells you?
It is time to stop the fuckery.
Okay. All right. So,
Yeah.
and that's your younger sibling?
No, I'm the baby,
Okay.
so I only have
Okay.
older siblings.
All right. So you still very much in communication with your family,
Yeah.
and everything is like holidays, you go see them, you stay in touch with everybody, that type of thing?
Yeah, totally. I mean, like, obviously, like, to, you know, everyone has their own opinion on it to, like,
Of course.
a lesser extent, but they still love me at the end of the day.
So Thanksgiving, did you go see your family Thanksgiving?
I did, yeah.
And when so you guys all there eating, nothing comes up?
No.
Okay.
We have so much other stuff
To talk about?
Yeah, it was like, no one's really interested in me. They're
Was
like,
this in New
"She's
Mexico?
fine." Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Everyone else has their own, like, marriage drama and stuff.
So you can probably help them out.
Yeah, I'm like the exotic younger baby that, like, doesn't live near them, so they're just like, whatever. She does her thing.
Where are you living now?
I live in Miami.
Oh, wow. So you came from Miami?
Yeah,
Wow. Did you drive?
I did.
Oh, okay. So you got a car?
I do.
Okay. Because a lot of adult entertainers don't have vehicles that I'm coming to find out.
I've noticed that. I don't like
Ubers.
Ubers are quite expensive.
It
these
is,
days.
especially coming from Miami. I was speaking to one of the agents. He was like, man, the problem is the girls don't have vehicles. And I'm like, me personally, I'm not going to be sucking penis and doing all that if I'm not going to be able to get a car out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I guess
Just being real. You know?
everyone has
Sorry,
everyone has their own priorities. Like, that's kind of how I'm like, oh yeah, like, you know, I have a car and a nice apartment. Not everyone. Some people want like
But if you
a pair of $2,000 Balenciagas.
Yeah, which is for pure fuckery. I
It
get
is
it.
time to stop the
It's
fuckery.
fuckery. That's not a logical way of thinking. I get that. But at least a vehicle, especially in Florida, it's not New York City where it's transits and you know what I mean, trains. You need a vehicle to move around in Florida.
Well, that's how a lot of performers in Los Angeles are too, and it's the
Is the
same
Ubers?
way. Yeah, all about the Ubers and Lyfts out there.
Well,
It's
the gas and so much is so I can understand.
I don't
But I
know.
still can't do it. I need my vehicle.
When I travel, I rent a car.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that's I don't know. To each their own.
Well, yeah. I guess they don't want to drive. I don't know. I'm not having sex on camera and not getting a vehicle.
That's true. I feel like no. I think a lot of girls are like, no. I'm a princess. Like, I need a chauffeur.
Yeah, but you're doing porn, so you get in a car. What if you get in a car with some creep? Then you got to jump out at the light as soon as he stops because now he recognizes who you are. Don't you have to think about those things too?
Yeah, it's also like Ubers are kind of gross. Like, I don't know. I feel like when I got getting into porn, like, I really upped like my hygiene and like the thought of like getting out of an Uber and then like having sex with someone and you have like all the like nasty.
Yes,
Uber stuff.
you upped your hygiene. This is new to me because I haven't had nobody break it down like that. When you say you upped your hygiene, understanding your body, how to take care of it, is that why you said you upped your hygiene once you did porn? Because you realized you had to do more as far as what, vagina maintenance? Can you elaborate a little bit what you meant by that?
Well, totally, definitely vagina maintenance for sure. Like, but
understanding
I
your
think
vagina better?
Understand? Well, yes,
How
that's
it works?
a big one.
What causes it to smell? What causes it to irritate?
Yeah,
that type of thing.
Well, and I think, and also just like for me, it's like understanding like the germs that my skin comes in contact with. Because I grew up like as a dancer and did contemporary dance, and it's can be kind of like gross. Like, you're like sweating. You're dancing with people and sweating and sliming all over them. There's never like the thought like, oh, I need to shower right after. But with porn, you're like, oh, I just like had like. When it's sex, like, you're just like, oh, I just had sex with someone, I need to like wash them off of me. And it made me realize, I'm like, how was I never like that? Like, it's made me realize that it's like, it's not just sex. Like, I just got out of an Uber, like, that's disgusting, let me go like wash myself.
No, I get it. And that's something you picked up from porn. Do you smell your own vagina? Like, do you make sure before you go to shoot, like, let me bend down here and make sure everything's good before I go shoot?
Yeah, although I don't know, man. If your like vagina's off, like, you don't have to like bend down.
You'll
Like,
find out before you hear.
Yeah, and you should not go.
I've never
to a
asked that
shoot.
question. Now that I think about it, do you actually do you bend down to smell your vagina?
I do. I mean, I think that's especially like when you shoot porn. Like, you always want to like not. It's like different. I feel like it's different when you're like hooking up with someone and you like someone and you like that you have like pheromones and stuff. Like porn, it's like, no, I don't want to smell your pheromones. Like, we need to be sterile. Like,
so what do you think? Do you think the men
skin to
stick their
skin.
hands under their testicles, or they grab their penis and then they sniff it with their finger to make sure that their shit's on point too?
I feel like.
Have you ever
good
seen them doing
ones.
that?
I have. I mean, I can't recall. I've seen them wash their balls though. So
How
that's
is?
always
Well, I don't
good.
want to ask you how to wash balls. I think I have an idea of how it is to wash your testicles, but
I've washed a lot of balls.
You've washed balls?
Well, yeah, because I shoot for see and fuck from time to time.
Wait.
so-
Say that again. I didn't catch it. You said you shoot for a scene. I couldn't make out what you said.
The site See Him Fuck.
See him fuck. Okay.
Yeah,
See
yeah.
him fuck. All
So
right,
that
got
one
you.
I get to wash a lot of balls at the end of the shoot.
Have you
That's
learned how
always
to
nice.
like massage, wash the balls? Do you have like, have you picked up? Is there a certain way to do it?
No, well, yeah, I don't know. Like, I've always had a thing for balls anyway, so I feel like I just. So I feel like I've like it's been like it's a learned habit of taking care of balls. So the washing just.
You juggle balls too?
Juggle.
In your mouth?
Yeah.
You lick it. You lick the testicles also.
I mean, I'll lick them. Yeah, I usually like to put them both in my mouth.
God, we just all over the place. I'm not even just going to the questions.
I was like, is this on YouTube? Can we talk about this?
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Sidra says joining us on the Bougie Show. All right, it was something I was going to ask you. We went into the whole balls thing, and I just completely lost it as we were.
I get sidetracked.
Damn. All right. Hopefully it'll come back. What did you? Where you? What is your nationality?
Well, I'm American.
Okay, you are American.
My core.
But you sound like you got like some kind of, I don't know, the way you speak. Like, there's nothing else. You just.
Well, I'm from I'm Cuban Irish.
Okay.
But my nationality, like, you know, I guess my family is like Norwegian, French.
Your mother and your father is what?
My father is Cuban. My mother is Irish.
Okay. Now we getting somewhere.
Yes, but see, most of my Cuban family, I'm from the Southwest, so they all say that I talk like a Valley girl.
Oh.
So I kind
Porn
of
Valley, you mean, like LA?
Believe it or not, well, yeah. Although I'm from the New Mexico Valley,
Okay,
which is
gotcha.
you know a little different. So I
Porn
guess
Valley, I'm sure.
we have our own twang out there.
Okay. All right. Oh, no, that it popped up in my head. All right. So, what do you think you need to improve most about your sex game right now?
That's hard. I'm like.
Well, how long you been doing porn?
I'm like, I think I'm good.
You think you got it?
I've been doing porn for about a year and a half.
So there's got to be. What are you watching when you watch your porn? What do you be like? I got to enhance this, or I got to get this up. You know.
I don't. Well, that's
you can keep it real
hard to
with
say.
me.
Yeah, I don't like. I mean, I'm always like pretty happy with my performance. Usually, sometimes like I just get. Like, I can always tell when I have like co-stars that are really into it, and they've like practiced their dirty talk prior to the scene, and like it'll just be a scene where like I just wasn't even thinking about it or anything, and so I'm just saying like fuck the whole time, and it's like, this seems very interesting. You could like maybe, you know, think of some more vocabulary to say.
Just fuck?
Yeah,
is this
like,
fuck is why you're getting fucked? Is that what that is?
It's like parkour.
Okay.
Like yelling parkour. Gets a little boring.
You don't think dirty talk gets a little... Like, I don't know. I didn't know. The women talking dirty never did nothing for me. Every time I watch.
Well, see, and then there's that. I'm like,
I mean?
I don't know. I'm just really loud, so I'm like, well, I guess as long as I'm not quiet. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm usually like, I don't. Maybe this sounds cocky. I'm usually, part of why I like doing porn is I'm really happy with my performance, and it kind of stems from like performing on stage. Like, you know, when you put on like a really, not even like a perfect performance, just like a good performance, and it's done, and you're like, yes. That's kind of what like a good porn scene feels like too. So I always like strive to, at least for what I like, put on the best performance that I can, so I can leave like satisfied and be like, fuck yeah, that was hot.
Is the petite look working for you? Have they tried to like make you get breast? Because I think it works. Like, how this is the way you're built. It works, right? You don't need the breast implants and all that shit, right?
You know, I feel like I've been pretty lucky, and like I think maybe it's like part of like just that like petite girls, I think, get it off a little bit easier, because I hear like a lot of these nightmare stories, or maybe I've just always shot with like cool companies, but like of girls being like, I went to a shoot and they told me I needed to get new boobs, or like this, that, and the other thing, and I was like, I've never had anyone like tell me I need to like look a certain way, this, that, or the other thing.
Because they book you before, so they're gonna book what they want. Why would they tell you on the set? Do you think there's truth to that?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if maybe those are just companies I've never worked for, and like I've just kind of gotten lucky. But I've tried to, when I was growing my shaved head out and kind of like going through the awkward stage, I was trying to do like get companies to book me with a wig, and they're like, no, we don't want a wig. Like, we like your hair the way it is. It's like, okay.
What made you cut your hair?
Well, I've had short hair most of my 20s. I'm kind of growing it out now as I'm getting into my late 20s.
Are you gonna let it grow?
I think so. We'll see.
You gotta have the face for the short hair to work too. So you do have the face, so you're able to pull it off.
But kind of, I've kept my hair short because like I always like kept shaving parts of it. And then about a couple years ago, I had this corporate job. This was like still before I got into porn. And I was just like dealing with a lot of like convoluted bullshit. And I'd like wanted to shave my head for a long time. Like my hair was like, I kind of was already really short. It was just like, it was a good time for it. And I knew it would like piss my boss off.
By shaving your head?
Yeah. And I was living in Portland, which like, that's like in Portland, like that's hot girl shit. Like that's what like hot girls do. They shave their head. Like it's a different place.
Portland. What goes on in Portland?
Well, Portland's just, it's weird. Like,
who were you living with at that time?
I was living alone. I live with my cats.
Cats?
Yeah.
You still got cats?
I still got cats.
How many?
2.
Okay.
But yeah, I was just like working in food and beverage, just like, you know, doing the Portland hipster lifestyle. So yeah, I shaved my head. And so that's kind of, I entered the industry with a shaved head, which I felt like in like these days, I'm like, that was weirdly ballsy. And I was like, yeah, dude, like dudes are totally gonna want to jack off to my shaved head and like no tits. Like I had this like weirdly like overconfidence when I came into the industry, but like it somehow worked.
So you did get that reaction from them?
Yeah, man. Like, believe it or not, like, I feel like it shows that, like, confidence means a lot. Because, like, I could have, if I had gone into the industry and, like, not liked it, I'm sure that I probably wouldn't have gotten the same response that I did.
So, Sidra, I'm a hair guy. I like women with hair. Only a few women that I know that could actually pull it off. Like I said, you have to have the face to have the low cut. But how you gonna let it grow all the way down? Like, you wanna let your hair grow and see how you look? Do you?
Maybe.
I want to see that.
We'll see. I look, yeah.
Because if it looks like this already, I want to see it because it looks good.
I like it because I kind of have a chameleon face. So I've kind of, I mean, since I was like 13, I've always changed my hair because it can like completely change my look. And
everybody doesn't have that luxury.
Yeah, I don't know. And well, I think most people are like too scared to change their look a lot. Whereas like maybe that's just like my mental health, you know, like girls will be like, when I'm having a mental breakdown, I dye my hair red. I'm like, I guess I just have a mental breakdown like every 2 months since I was 13.
You just like to switch it up. Well, we're gonna get into that. Before we get into the whole thing, you recently did a scene with Brickzilla.
Yeah.
I guess it's true. Skinny girls take the dick well.
That's what you know. That's actually like that is true. Like I think.
So you had no issues?
I mean, like his is pretty tough. So I will say, like I didn't have him. It wasn't an anal scene. I haven't tried him in my ass yet. Like usually my ass is like really stretchy, but like my pussy, I'm always kind of like,
He stuck the whole thing in you?
He definitely, yeah, he got the whole thing in.
How did that feel?
It was like in the pile driver.
In the pile driver.
It's fun, yeah. It's very like I just felt like it was like rearranging some of my organs.
Oh, some of your organs are pretty.
Like I'm not like inherently into like big dicks or anything like in my personal life, but like there's something weirdly like that like turns me on about being filmed, like taking a big dick, because it's like obviously this is gigantic and not supposed to fit in here.
Did you go back and watch the shoot after? And what was going through your head?
I don't know. You know, I miss a lot of points, especially when it's like a shoot like that where it's like obviously like a lot to handle. I'm not necessarily like paying attention the whole time.
How was your vagina the next day? Was that your first time shooting with him?
Oh yeah, it was fine.
Okay.
I mean, I had done I think before that, I had done like a double vag and everything like that. So it always comes back.
So two penises in your vagina at one time?
That, yeah,
do you think men have sugar in their tank if they participate in that, or you think they're just being a performer? Did I catch you off guard, or you don't know what sugar in the tank means?
Oh, I know what that means. I don't know. I like that's hard to say, like, because.
Could your man, if you say you dated another performer and you found out he participated in those scenes, would you be okay with that?
Yeah. Okay. Because I'm very bi friendly, but
okay. So you're pansexual?
I'm bisexual.
Okay.
But I mean like sexually, like so what I've heard, because like I think who have I chatted with? I think I chatted with one of my like civilian friends about this, who he's like a lifestyle person, so does a lot of that. And I was like, yeah, isn't that like kind of weird? Like, because especially like that scene that I was doing, like I was like rubbing their dicks together and stuff. But he's like, it's different like when there's a woman there. Like it's not like we're rubbing our dicks together. It's like a girl rubbing our dicks together. It's like a total different experience. Yeah. So I think everyone has their like.
Yeah, everybody has their own way of defining it.
Yeah.
Because the average heterosexual male, that's not gonna work. No matter if there's a vagina there. You know?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. My penis is not sitting next to Tag's penis up in your vagina. It just ain't gonna work.
What about 2 holes?
What do you mean? The DP?
You know, yeah, because then there's like.
But
then there's
I
a
can
piece of
understand
skin
that
in
because the
between.
skin is touched. I can get that, but I think that's where you as a performer has to kick in. Okay, I'm doing my job, but I just don't. I don't see my penis staying hard while another man's penis is pressed next to it.
That's fair.
So
That's fair. It's okay. Everyone has their.
It's not gonna work for me.
Well, yeah, whatever.
Because
Works for you.
the sensation I'm feeling now, am I feeling it from his penis rubbing on my penis, or is it coming from your vagina? So that's where we gonna have a problem, and we gonna
It is time to stop the fuckery.
It's fair. It's all very fair.
I just try to get different people's perspective on it. I asked the black girl that, I asked the white girl that, I asked the Spanish girl that, because I wanted to see if it's a culture thing. I just want to see what they say. Some people say, nah, you got sugar in your tank. Some people be like, no, I think you're being a performer. I think it's sexy. So I just get everybody's insight on it. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, it depends on your level of comfort.
You lick booty?
I do lick.
Okay, so do you think a man has sugar in his tank if he bends over and lets you lick his booty and he touches toes or something like that? I'm just fucking with you. Go ahead.
No, but you know, like that just reminds me though, because like the first guy that I ever did that to, this was like years ago. And like I was cool with it because I was like, oh, this is something new and different that I've never done. But like he always wanted me to eat his ass, but then like I tried to get him to eat my ass, but he wouldn't eat my ass, and I just like I thought that was so unattractive. Like then it became unattractive. You know what I mean?
It's not a fair exchange.
Yeah. Well, and then I was like, yeah. So it's the psychological connection you have with it.
I don't want to spend, because I've heard the horror stories about men not knowing how to clean their butt.
Oh no, I don't fuck with that.
But how do you know if they're on point before you go in?
Like like before you're like even close enough to make it a problem. Man,
that's disgusting.
I mean, to be like, I will say maybe. I don't think I've ever gotten near a guy's ass that wanted me to eat it. That would like I was like most dudes that like have enough shame to go clean their fucking ass first if they want someone's like face in there. Or at least the ones I come about, thank God.
Okay. Sidra Say joining us on the Bougie Show. We are all okay. I read somewhere that you stated that you are promiscuous and it has gotten you in trouble with men. Are you still that way? I personally think spontaneous also leads to a person being promiscuous. Do you agree with that also?
Yes, I'm very spontaneous.
Okay. Me too. I like it.
Yeah, I think
fun.
ever since I found sex work, it's like instead of trouble, it's just led to solutions. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm kind of one of like still to this day. Actually, I did. Well, no, never mind. I wasn't it. I was like, I did just go on a date where I didn't fuck him on the first date, but it's because I wasn't into him. So I guess that doesn't count.
Where'd you meet him?
It was like Tinder. It was just like Tinder date.
So you actually go on? You actually go on online?
Time to time, like literally, like you can catch me on like an 8-hour window, and I'll find like 2 guys I like, and then usually like one will be like kind of interesting, and then the other one won't be, and then like I'm good for Tinder for the next 6
So you
months.
went on? Okay, because I got a few questions now.
Okay.
Okay. So Tinder, you go on Tinder. That's crazy to me. All right. So you're on Tinder. All right. So you go on a date. Where'd you guys go?
This one, we were just like hanging out at the beach.
Did he know who you were?
No.
You didn't. That never came up.
Okay. So this particular reason I went on to Tinder was because like I hadn't, which like I succeeded. So this is why I'm off Tinder now.
Wait. Say what?
Anyway, so I hadn't. My biggest like kink that I'd like developed since getting into porn was like I hadn't like I've slept with like probably over 100 people. I mean I've lost count, whatever.
Right.
But like I haven't had sex with anyone that didn't know I was like a porn star.
Right.
Like worked in the adult film, and like there's just something like. I mean, maybe like it's just different when like I'm no longer a civilian. There's something like hot about being like, oh, I'm just like a cute girl that I'm gonna like seduce this dude. I'm not Sidra Sage, the like hardcore porn actress. You know that like these guys are gonna obviously have a bunch of assumptions about. So I wanted to go on Tinder and just meet a dude and be like, I work in marketing. And
what'd
like,
you put
just
your name as?
Have a I can't remember what I put.
How do you not remember that?
I think
you gotta have an AKA at all times, an alias. Like mine's just Ron O'Neill and Dick Gregory.
I wonder.
So those are the names. Like when I order food and shit, I just use those names.
Maybe I'll do Alexa. That was
Alexa.
my first.
Last name?
Alexa.
That still sounds like a porn name, Alexa.
I know it is. It does.
You need a straight up generic square name.
Like Sarah.
Well, you can pass for Sarah. All right, so you went on.
Okay.
You went and hung out. Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, so I was craving. I just wanted to have sex with someone that didn't know like I was like a sex worker. I just wanted to like have sex with someone that was like, yeah, I'm just like me, and we're gonna like hook up, and like there's no this like expectation that I'm gonna be what I am. So that was kind of my mission.
So you went out just to have sex? It wasn't, I'm trying to find somebody to have a friend. You weren't looking for a friendship.
Does anybody go on Tinder looking for
I don't know. I've never done it before. I couldn't tell you. I don't have that luxury.
I mean, that's like friendship. Yeah, no. I guess I was looking for some dick. Like,
Okay.
Like, I mean, I usually don't like to have sex without, getting paid on camera. But
Right.
for the purpose of this kink, it was, like, worth it for me to, like, go and set out on this. But the first dude I met, I did like, and I did end up having sex with him.
And he never found out who you were?
No, I told him after.
And what did he think?
It's funny. Every single dude I've met, like, outside of the industry that I end up telling, like, they're usually like, oh yeah, like, I have an OnlyFans, or like, my ex, like, has a Pornhub channel. Like, they're never like weird about it. They're always like, oh yeah, I actually, like, have more views on Pornhub than you do here. Like,
But they don't do porn.
they'll just be like random dudes that just, like, fucked the right girls, like, on Pornhub. You know what I mean? They'll be like, yeah, actually, I have like 50 million views on Pornhub. Like,
Oh, so random people just put their sex up on Pornhub?
yeah.
Oh, so that's like the homemade porn.
Mm-hmm. So I can't tell you how many times, like, I've met, like, dudes like that
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, but then they got 50 million views, but nobody knows who you are.
Well, no, that's
So
true.
you're not a performer. You just recorded yourself having sex, and people like to see
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah.
So you think that if you tell them that you're a performer, it's either going to make them or break them, because now they're going to have that over their head. Am I going to be able to satisfy her? So I think by you doing it is a smart way. Do you
Yeah.
notice the difference? What's the difference? Like, how many times did you have sex with that guy?
Well, that guy was he was flying out the next day, so, like,
So you
I
only-
knew it,
one
I
time?
was, like, only gonna. Well, I mean, we, like, hooked up all night, but yeah, we, like,
But you never had sex once he found out who you were.
we did have sex after that.
Okay. Did you notice a difference in the performance?
I did, yeah.
And what was that? What was the difference?
He was, like, got more, like, comfortable. He got more, like, dominant and, like, kind of kinky, which actually was kind of nice, because it was like, well, though I feel like that's what, the first time you have sex with someone, you're kind of just being like, let me not, like, it's like playing Operation.
Oh, you don't
You're-
beat
you're
yourself
like,
right out the gate?
Well, I mean, no, I feel like just generally, like, usually when you're, like, it's someone you don't know works, like, it's just, like, this random person you meet off the street. Like, I feel like a lot of guys, it's like playing Operation. They're like, I don't want to, like, beep the wrong place, so they're, like, being really careful
Right.
around you and then, like, yeah, and then, like, the second time they're like, oh, okay, cool, I can get a little more dominant.
Right.
Like,
Where'd you have
choke
sex
you.
at? Hotel?
Yeah.
Nice hotel?
Yeah, it was a nice hotel.
Okay. With mirrors and shit or no?
No,
Okay.
no mirrors.
All right.
Unfortunately.
Did you stay the night? Or when y'all finished, you went home?
Kind of. I mean, we didn't really, like, sleep, so I don't know if that counts.
He paid for the hotel?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he was going to make sure he got his rocks off. He got his money's worth. So how often do you do the Tinder thing?
Well, I don't. So that
was it?
No, especially during, like, winter. Like, sometimes, like, again, sometimes I'm
seasonal.
just craving.
Craving normal?
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, for me, it's because I can literally call, like, so many dudes right now and be like, oh, come. I mean, we don't have to shoot content. I can just be like, oh,
Oh, you
yeah,
mean
come
performers?
fuck me. Yeah, performers. But it's like, it's different than
of
when
course.
you're actually going out, like, to get the catch. You know, it's like
Of
actually
course.
going out
So
fishing.
you're the predator. That's what you are, honey. You are. So women are savages for y'all out there. Some are savages. You see, because that's crazy. So you're going there for sex. I thought you were going for a relationship. All right. So you think you'll do it again? Do you get lonely during the holidays? You be
Not
like,
this
damn, I want somebody to
holiday.
talk to.
I
What
don't
do
know.
you do?
You know,
Who do
I
you talk to?
have my cats.
You talk to your cats?
I talk
So it's
to
a bunch
my
of
cats.
bunch of pussy in the house.
Bunch of pussy.
So-
I wake up next to a bunch of pussy. We're all happy. We're happy pussies.
Okay.
No, this is, I haven't really. I honestly, like, I've only had, like, one, like, real relationship in my life. Like, I think that, like, for some people, like, I think of, like, I had some friends growing up that were triplets, and they were, like, very codependent on
Each other?
each other, and then when, like, they kind of moved apart from each other, they just found other people to be codependent from, so they're, like, always in relationships and whatnot. And, like, I was raised in, like, a very independent family, and, like, not really taught a lot of codependency, so I think that just kind of, in my adult life, like, haven't really, like, had the need for a relationship or, like, that codependency. Yeah.
The Tinder, that was a one night stand, or you?
That was a one night stand.
Oh wow. So where'd you guys go before you got to the hotel?
We like hung out at the beach.
Oh, that was the same guy from the beach. Okay,
no,
I thought
no,
it was that
actually
other
no.
one.
It's
Okay.
just that's always a good place to
to
meet
go to the
people
beach.
on Tinder.
Where, like Los Olas, Riverfront? Oh no, you were in Miami.
Miami, yeah. So this is Miami Beach. No, and then the second guy I met, because like then I was like all sad. I was like, oh, that guy left.
You drink?
He
You guys
was
have
cool.
drinks?
We had a
cocktails
couple of
and-
drinks. Yeah, yeah.
You loosen up.
Yeah, then the second dude, I think, I was turned off by him because I didn't tell him I was Sidra.
Right.
And we like walked by a strip club and I like had mentioned something and he was like, oh, only like small dick losers pay for sex. And I was like,
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
I hate
whoa,
you.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
I was like, I'm so turned off. And then he couldn't afford to pay for dinner.
I need my kill yourself drop. I would have gave it to him.
It is time to stop the fuckery.
He had so much mouth but couldn't even pay for dinner.
So he didn't.
So he would have got some ass if he would just have some class.
He didn't.
and
No,
some
that's
cash.
what, I'm literally the biggest slut. Like I've tried so many times to like not fuck a dude on a first date. Like I literally like won't shave. And I'll be like, you have too much pride to like go and
Shave
like,
what, the
and
vagina or
I
your-
like just
your
like my
legs?
legs or something, and
hard.
I'll still fuck them. I'm like, I have no shame.
Yeah, no, ain't nothing wrong with that. You just
try.
applaud that.
But
Go ahead.
but not this dude. He didn't get fucked. He
Yeah.
didn't get any pussy.
Yeah. And he didn't never find out who you were.
No.
Yeah. Hopefully one day this YouTube interview, that girl looks real familiar, and then he'll realize he's scumbag. All right. All right. What's your routine today ever seen? Because we all over the place. Let's get to the interview.
So I usually shoot anal. If I don't have anal, if I'm not shooting anal, it's like this weird day off that I get paid to have sex. But anyway, so my routine is usually anal. So it's usually like a few days before I have to kind of start eating like a bland diet. And then usually like depending on the scene, like I wake up first thing in the morning, drink a lot of water, a lot of Pedialyte, same with like the day before. And then basically like while I'm doing my makeup, I have to clean out my ass because that takes a long time. Well, actually on a good
You do
day,
the
it does
enzyme.
not.
What is it called? Enzyme? What do you call it?
Enema.
Enema?
So yeah, so you get like an enema and you just biggest thing. And you know what's funny? Nobody like tells you. Like I knew because I used to do anal before I got into porn that like when you'd get an enema and then you dump out the saline water and then you put in regular water. But like you'll go to a porn set and they'll just like hand you an enema, and like if you like the saline water is supposed to like be for constipation, so it's like that's what an enema does.
Right.
So what happens is like a lot of like sorry, this is just like sidetrack, but yeah, for anyone, if you're using an enema, you have to dump out the saline water, or else you're gonna have a really bad day on set.
So go ahead.
Oh yeah, so that's kind of
I got
a
you.
normal anal girl routine, and lots of gummy bears. That's what we eat on set.
Wait, to keep you full and it doesn't.
Doesn't go through. Yeah,
Okay.
it keeps you energized.
So you don't get any vagina work then? Like you're not having sex with the vagina. It's all anal. So that's why you had to go on Tinder, because you're not getting pleasures to the vagina.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I mean I like anal pleasures. I mean, I guess I do. It just,
So
but
what-
see, it's for me, like, when I shoot so much anal and DP and, like, hardcore stuff that, like, when I do get booked a vagina set, I'm like, oh, I'm working today? I didn't
What do you mean
even
you're
think of
working
it.
today?
It doesn't feel like work.
Oh,
Like,
with
you
regular
know
sex?
what I mean? I'm like, oh, there's, like, no preparation. Like, let me
Just come on
shave
in,
and throw
that's
some
it.
makeup on. Like,
So that's an easy day.
that's how I feel for me.
Okay. Sidra Sage joining us on the Bougie Show. What's the one thing you realized fast that you were going to have to change about your porn career? Because I know you said you've been in the industry for about a year and a half. What did you realize you were going to have to change in order for it to work?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think for me, the biggest thing that I had to learn was not to take every booking that's offered to me.
Why? Just elaborate. Now you don't have to go into full detail. Why? Why not take out? Why? I interviewed somebody earlier, and they said that she was having issues with getting booked. Like, I don't have nothing booked right now, and she would literally take. Oh, I'm just a workaholic. I would take. You're saying now, I'm not taking every booking. Why?
Well, so that's when I first got in, like I didn't really understand the name of the game. Like I would just like I had agents that were just like blah blah blah. This company wants to book you, and I was just like a yes man. I was like yeah. Like because when I got into the industry, I literally just like jumped 2 feet in and was like, I'm just gonna do as much crazy fucking shit as I can. And like so any like scene that got thrown at me, like how crazy it was, whatever the monologue, I was like hell yeah, let me do it. And it wasn't until like, you know, I'd shot probably like most of the scenes that I have out that I kind of like realized I was like, there, you know, like I'm not a MILF, but I've shot MILF scenes, kind of things like that. So it like I was just like understanding my brand more. And like it's not necessarily like a like regret, but it's just more like I had kind of chatted with some girls in the industry that are like very successful, have like really strong brands, have been doing this for a while, and you know, they're very particular about the shoots that they get and not being like typecast. So that's kind of something more as I mature in mind. I like to play Sidra Sage.
Yeah.
I'm not a MILF. I'm not a teen. I'm not this, that, or anything else.
Why would they make you a MILF? If you don't mind me asking, if you want to state your...
And for me, I'm almost 29.
You're not even 30.
I'm not even 30. Well, and I also don't have like mommy milkers. That's kind of like the
you're not breastfeeding, so...
So that's kind of... That's something that for me is, I don't shoot as much as I used to, but like when I do shoots, like they're more meaningful to me, and I know they have like a bigger impact. They're with companies that I know, like I like shooting and how they represent me.
How are you? How much are you shooting a week?
Well, right. I'm actually taking a break right now.
Okay, so you coming back after?
But I usually shoot like once or twice a week.
Okay.
I don't shoot a whole lot in Miami. But I like to, when I go out to, I take trips out to LA and Las Vegas to shoot a lot too. Yeah,
because that's why we had to push the event up because of the XBiz Awards. And I know you're going to be in Cali for that, right? And you're going to stay that week also and work while you're out there to get the money, right?
I might, yeah.
Yeah, I figured that's what most PRs were telling me, like, you know, the clients are going to be staying out there because it make no sense just to fly out for the awards. You might as well do some shoots while you. So it's going to be busy. Yeah. You tweeted out on December 8th, "Who wants to be my weed daddy today? I did all my Christmas shopping like a good girl." End quote. What's a weed daddy?
A weed daddy? Well, you know, so we all have like sugar daddies that fund different things. So a weed daddy would be my whoever wants to fund my weed habit because it's very expensive.
Fuck your weed habit?
Yes, fund my.
Oh, fund your weed habit. Okay, got you. You're an advocate for smoking. How do you smoke?
I mostly smoke flower and vaporizers.
After a scene, do you come home or just like at night?
Dude, man, I got that vape like in my car. It's in my purse. Like it's right after the scene.
Oh, I'm
not waiting until I get home.
Yeah, I feel smoking and riding is the best. Always is. We can applaud that. Yeah, so you just chill out with the weed. That's your thing?
Yeah. So weed.
Where
daddy.
You get your weed from?
Out here. Well, I mean, I'm used to going to a dispensary. So in Miami, I go to the dispensary. I have a medical card.
How long do you usually leave? How often do you leave? So you're not shooting anything in Miami?
Not right now. I've been kind of taking a break from adult film.
Okay. So what you gonna crank up though? I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm actually planning on going to Europe early next year and shooting for some of those more hardcore sets. So I'm excited for that. Getting my body prepared for that.
You travel by yourself?
Yes, I do.
You comfortable with that?
Yeah.
November 21st. We'll stick with the tweet. And you genuinely, quote, genuinely didn't understand the difference between gonzo porn and regular porn when I first started and would regularly break the fourth wall and glance at the camera in non-gonzo scenes like David Blaine or something. Elaborate, please.
So when you're shooting a gonzo scene, which is mostly what I shoot now, like I'm playing Sidra Sage, and it's usually like point of view. So I'm looking at the camera and I'm interacting with the camera. Because you know the viewer is the camera, that's kind of it. But that's how I thought porn was. I thought you were supposed to connect with the camera. That's always. But when you're like, you know, so for example, like when I was shooting for Dogfire, like I shot some scenes for Dogfire, and those are kind of like acting roles, where like I'm interacting with the male talent, and like the camera, it's like a TV show. I'm not supposed to break the fourth wall. but like I didn't really like understand the scenes that I was doing when I first started. So like my like second scene was this interracial cuckold scene. And it was for Dogfire, and it was one of those where like I should not have acknowledged the camera, but there were like so many times, and I was playing like this dominatrix, and like I'd be like doing something, and like strike a look at the camera and be like total like David Blaine, like did you guys just see that?
Yeah.
And like it's just like
can you do that to that camera?
Like,
yeah, just so they can see what you're showing me. I get it.
And like I'm thinking that I was just like, oh, I'm playing with the camera, and like then realizing like, I think it was like finally one director was like, sweetheart, you're not supposed to look at the camera. You're supposed to pretend I'm not here. It's like, oh.
Oh, I get it. You also stated in a tweet this past year and month that the month's been hard on you. Why did you put that out there on Twitter?
Why did I? Well, I like to be very honest with my fans, because like especially now I think with like COVID, like everyone's very like mental health aware. So like I don't like to. I think there's there's a lot of girls that kind of will play like the pity party thing as like a way to make money. And to be fair, like that is a good way. Like the sympathy card will make money from dudes. Like if you're like, oh, I can't pay my rent, blah blah blah. Like I don't like to play that, but but I like to be like a human being, and like like for me, like I have had kind of like a difficult year, like personally, and like I'm not always like, it's kind of a struggle being a content creator where like you're constantly expected to be like pushing out material every day and like messaging people back every day and just like active every day, and the reality is like life like is not always that easy to be that active unless you have like an OnlyFans management team that does it for you. But like when you're like kind of an independent creator, so I like to be honest with my my fans, because like a lot of them sometimes it's just like, yo, I'm sorry, like I haven't been as active as I want to be. It's not like it has nothing to do with you guys, like and a lot of them it's just like it helps because it's like relatable for them too. Like it's just kind of nice to be a normal human being. Like as much as I have a brand, like I'm also like my brand is like putting out a personable connection. It's not just like porn. Like there are plenty of pussies in the world. Guys want it more than just like pussy to have a connection.
How much you weigh?
Well, like 125.
And how tall are you without those boots?
5'9".
Okay. All right. What's the first thing a guy usually does to you when you're about to have sex?
Well, good guy usually goes down on me.
Okay. Well, I guess I wouldn't be the good guy, but go ahead.
I feel like it's usually like the guys I attract, usually they'll go down on me and then like I'll suck their dick, and then it just depends, like, because I'm pretty dominant, so I usually like to hop on top, but like there are a lot of guys too, like the first time that you fuck them, they like won't let you ride them. They're like have something to prove.
They want to pound you out?
Yeah.
If you could slap your vagina on a celebrity's face, who would it be?
Oh. Well, since we're talking Matrix, I would do Keanu Reeves.
Okay, Keanu.
That would be very noble.
Sidra, how are you? What is your goals for 2022? What do you plan on knocking out?
My goals for 2022
yes, what are
are to be happy and healthy, and also to start putting out some more art porn and art film. So bringing in my classical dancing more for my fans.
You're flexible too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Do they put like when you're having sex, do the guys put your legs behind your head and all that shit?
Yeah, it's funny. I can't actually do that as well as some girls. Like I have this like my flexibility is like different. Like I don't like a lot of these strippers have like. It's because there's little. Like I realize it's because like I'm like all these girls can do like the little bendy things, and it's because they're like literally like miniature human beings. They're like ponies.
Right.
Like all of the like that's something you don't tell, like people don't tell you, like all the most girls in porn, like I'm one of the few like regular sized human beings. They're like miniature human beings.
Yeah. I've interviewed someone.
And so that's why they can like.
Yeah, I know. So you don't get put in a buck? I think they call it a pile driver.
Sometimes I do.
Yeah. Depends
on who I'm working with.
Okay. All right. We're gonna I didn't ask you this. Your favorite thing to perform on camera before we go on a moment of truth?
Blowjobs.
Blowjobs. God, women love sucking penis.
Sloppy blowjobs,
So,
yeah.
okay. All right. We're gonna start moment of truth. Moment of truth is where I'm going to state things. You tell me if it's true, if it's false. If it's true, you say true. If it's false, you can elaborate why it's false. And if you choose not to answer, you can say pass.
Okay.
All right. Your vagina has adjusted to the porn lifestyle.
True.
Okay. You've had a talent ignore your double tap. You know what the double tap is? So.
Oh no, because I don't really like false. I don't really like. I don't know. I don't have much of. It's hard to push my boundaries on camera. So usually I think with the boundaries that I have versus the boundaries that most girls in porn have, like most guys aren't gonna get past mine. So I haven't had to deal with that.
So it's false for you. All right. Your favorite spot for the money shot is the pubic hairs above your vagina.
True.
It's something about Caucasian white women that have the black brunette hair. Brunette, is that what they call it?
Yeah.
And then the hair above the vagina. I think it just sticks.
Yeah.
You think so also?
I like it. Just
you see like the beauty in it, like the art in it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I really like my bush too, so I like it's like it really like captures it all on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's true. All right. You've had a guy eat your vagina while he was standing up.
True.
So he had to put your 125-pound stuff up on his shoulders.
Never on camera though.
No, okay.
But like in person though.
So he'd have you against the wall, like holding you up.
Yeah.
And then be just sucking your vagina. What are you doing? Like grabbing his hair?
I don't know, man. I think the one time it happened, I was like drunk and it was like pretty.
Did he drop? Both of y'all were drunk?
Yeah, we were both
Did he
drunk.
drop
It
you?
was no, he
Okay.
didn't. Luckily, I don't. Well,
You like your vagina sucked on or licked?
I prefer licked.
Okay. If they suck, what does that feel like?
It just, I mean, like it.
Rough?
No, like it's just like it's like when you like suck really hard on a penis. Like it feels nice, but like I'm not gonna.
Okay, we'll just move on. Men get more turned on with the vagina having the bush than shaved.
True.
Okay.
In my experience.
Mm-hmm. You've had to inform a performer that their hygiene wasn't up to par.
No, but I
Okay.
should have.
You should have, but you didn't do it?
Yes.
You didn't want to hurt his feelings?
It was always girls.
Or you didn't feel like it? It was what?
It's usually new girls that like.
Oh, the girls.
Yeah.
Not vagina maintenance isn't up to par?
Well, yeah, it's just like I don't know. You know, once you like get fucking 15 dudes a week, like things happen.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I get it.
Lots of cream pies.
Yeah. It knocks off your balance. I forgot what they say the word is.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last one. You've had sex with an obese man. You had sex with a fat guy?
Fat guy,
Not
but that's
chubby,
like
fat.
obese.
Obese is big.
Probably not.
Never.
no.
Not. Okay.
I mean, like a
Just
like
asking if you ever
bigger,
had sex with
but
an
I'm
obese
trying
man.
to think like obese.
You ever had sex with a man that weighed over 250 pounds?
I don't think so.
All right. Sidra Sage joining us on the Bougie Show. Can you let everybody know your Twitter, your Instagram, whatever platform, social media platforms?
Yeah, so you can find me on all social media platforms at
Okay.
Sidra Sage, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit. I don't use TikTok right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anything? The floor is yours. You have a message for people or anything like that?
You know, I actually don't. I'm like, I don't have anything. You know, come visit me at the X3 show in LA in January 7th and 8th. It's the new X Bigs.
Well, your interview will be
Awards.
coming out after that, so it'll be too late.
Well, then come visit me at Exotica, whatever the next
Yeah.
Exotica is, because I'll be definitely doing that tour this year.
Okay.
So come visit me in Exotica, Miami, I think in September for sure.
And no future dates, no future timeline to be joining Tinder, so some lucky guy can try to.
No.
You ever thought about doing that to your fans? Like, hey, like, what's that fucking fan thing that they got before we go? Because we've been running. out of time.
Oh, you know, I don't know. A lot of girls will do that. They'll be like, once I get to 100,000 followers on Twitter, I'll fuck a fan.
Would you do that?
Maybe. Like, I wouldn't just like pick a random fan though. Like, because there's definitely like a handful of fans that I'd be like, I'd fuck you.
Okay.
Or maybe let people think it's random.
All right. Sidra Sage joining us. Hey, thank you
Thank
for
you.
the interview. Thank you for joining us, and enjoy yourself in California.
Thank you.
And yeah, put that work in next year and this year with 2022. And we wish you the best in your future endeavors.
Thank you. Thank you
All
for
right.
having me.
Thank you for joining the show. Sidra Sage. All right, we are checking out.
It's the Bougie Show with Zeta DJ. Zeta DJ. Zeta DJ.